Want to understand the difference between artificial general intelligence and analytical AI? Great question. We're going to take a deep dive into both in this deep dive. First, we'll explore the AI that's already woven into your daily life.
That's analytical AI.
Right. Then we'll journey into the future possibilities of general AI, a concept that still feels like something out of science fiction.
It's like we're time travelers, examining the AI that powers our world today, and then leaping forward to explore the AI that could redefine our future.
I like that. Time travelers. So let's start with the present. Analytical AI. It's the AI that's quietly working behind the scenes, right? But what does that actually look like in practice?
Well, think about your last online shopping spree. The way Amazon seems to know exactly what you're interested in. That's analytical AI at work. It's analyzing your browsing history, past purchases, and even what other shoppers with similar tastes are buying to create personalized recommendations.
So it's not magic, it's just really clever data crunching.
Exactly. But it goes beyond online shopping. Analytical AI is being used in healthcare to analyze medical images and assist with diagnoses. It's being used in finance to detect fraudulent transactions and assess credit risk. And it's even being used in transportation to optimize traffic flow and improve safety.
Wow. It really is everywhere. But how does it actually work? What's going on under the hood, so to speak?
At its core, analytical AI relies on a technique called supervised learning. Imagine you're training a dog to fetch a specific toy. You show the dog the toy, say the name of the toy, and reward the dog when it brings you the correct toy. You're providing the dog with labeled examples, and it learns to associate those labels with specific objects.
Okay, I see the connection. So with analytical AI, are we essentially training it with labeled data?
Precisely. Let's say we're training an AI to recognize images of cats and dogs. We feed it thousands of images that are already labeled as either cat or dog. The AI analyzes these images, identifying patterns and features that distinguish cats from dogs.
So it's learning from the patterns in the data we feed it.
Exactly. And once it's been trained on enough labeled data, it can then analyze new unlabeled images and accurately predict whether they depict a cat or a dog.
That's pretty amazing. But it sounds like this kind of AI is very task-specific. You train it to recognize cats and dogs, and that's all it can do.
That's right. And that's one of the key differences between analytical AI and the concept of general AI. Analytical AI is a specialist excelling in specific tasks within a defined domain. It's like a master chess player, brilliant within the rules of the game, but needing human intervention to adapt to new game variations or learn a different game altogether.
Okay, so analytical AI is the master of its specific domain. But now let's step into our time machine and journey to the future. Tell me about general AI. What makes it so different, and why does it capture everyone's imagination?
General AI aims to replicate the broad cognitive abilities of humans. It's not about training an AI for a specific task, but about creating an AI that can learn, adapt, and solve problems across a wide range of domains, just like we do.
So instead of a master chess player, we're talking about someone who can master chess, write poetry, compose music, and maybe even design a self-driving car, all without needing specific training for each task.
That's the aspirational goal.
Yeah.
Imagine an AI that could run a business, conduct scientific research, or even create art, all while constantly learning and evolving its abilities.
That's incredible. But you said it's an aspiration. How close are we to actually creating an AI that can do all that?
That's where the time travel analogy comes in. General AI is still largely theoretical. While we've made incredible strides in AI research, replicating the full spectrum of human intelligence is a challenge of a whole different magnitude.
So we're still in the early stages of this journey.
Yes, but the journey itself is fascinating. To understand the potential of general AI, we need to grasp how it differs from the analytical AI that's already shaping our world.
All right. I'm ready to explore those differences. Let's break it down. What are the key things that set these two types of AI apart?
One fundamental difference is their purpose. Analytical AI is designed to excel in specific tasks, solving well-defined problems with clear objectives. It's about finding patterns, making predictions, and automating processes within a specific domain.
Okay, so it's a targeted problem solver. What about general AI? What's its driving purpose?
General AI is about creating an AI that can think, learn, and adapt across a wide range of domains. Just like humans, it's not about solving a specific problem, but about developing a system that possesses general intelligence and can apply that intelligence to any task or challenge it encounters.
So it's more about creating a versatile mind rather than a specialized tool.
Exactly. Think of it this way. Analytical AI is like a powerful calculator capable of performing complex calculations, but only within the constraints of its programming. General AI, on the other hand, would be like a brilliant student capable of learning any subject, adapting to new information, and even coming up with new ideas and solutions.
That's a great analogy. But if general AI is still largely theoretical, does that mean we can't learn anything from it yet?
Not at all. The pursuit of general AI is pushing the boundaries of our understanding of intelligence itself. By exploring the possibilities of general AI, we're asking fundamental questions about what it means to think, learn, and be conscious.
That's fascinating. It sounds like the journey to general AI is as important as the destination itself.
Precisely. And while general AI might still be on the horizon, understanding its potential helps us appreciate the incredible capabilities of the analytical AI we're already interacting with every day.
This is all so intriguing. I'm already starting to see the world in a new light, thinking about all the ways AI is subtly shaping my experiences.
It's remarkable, isn't it? The AI revolution is happening all around us, often in ways we don't even realize.
Okay, so we've explored the distinct purposes of analytical and general AI, but let's dig a little deeper. What are some of the other key differences between these two approaches to artificial intelligence?
One of the most striking differences lies in how these two types of AI learn. As we discussed, analytical AI relies heavily on supervised learning, where it's trained on massive amounts of labeled data.
Like our dog learning to fetch a specific toy based on the rewards and corrections we give it.
Exactly. It's all about pattern recognition and making predictions based on pre-existing data. But general AI, well, the dream is that it will be capable of something much more akin to human learning.
So instead of needing humans to pre-label everything, it would kind of figure things out on its own.
That's the idea. Researchers are exploring various approaches to achieve this, such as reinforcement learning and unsupervised learning.
Reinforcement learning, doesn't that have something to do with how AI is used in games?
You're spot on. Think of how AI has mastered games like Go and chess. In reinforcement learning, the AI is essentially thrown into an environment and learns through trial and error, receiving rewards for successful actions and penalties for unsuccessful ones. Over time, it learns optimal strategies without needing explicit instructions for every possible scenario.
That sounds like how humans learn. We experiment, we make mistakes, and we adjust our behavior based on the outcomes.
Precisely. And that's why reinforcement learning is seen as a promising pathway towards more general-purpose AI. It allows the AI to learn and adapt in a more dynamic and independent way.
That makes sense. And what about this unsupervised learning you mentioned? How does that work?
Unsupervised learning is even more intriguing. It's about giving the AI access to vast amounts of unlabeled data and letting it find patterns and relationships on its own. Think of it as giving the AI a giant jigsaw puzzle without the picture on the box. It has to figure out how the pieces fit together by exploring the data and identifying underlying structures.
So it's like a detective piecing together clues to solve a mystery.
That's a great analogy. Unsupervised learning allows the AI to make sense of the world in a more human-like way, discovering new insights and relationships that we might not have even noticed.
This is also fascinating, but it also feels a little abstract. Can you give me a concrete example of how these different learning methods play out in the real world?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back to the example of AI in healthcare. Imagine you're developing an AI system to detect cancerous tumors in medical images.
Okay. I'm picturing something like an AI radiologist.
Exactly. With analytical AI, you would train the AI using a vast data set of medical images that have already been labeled by human radiologists as either cancerous or non-cancerous. The AI learns to identify the visual patterns associated with each category and can then apply those patterns to new images.
So it's essentially learning from the expertise of human doctors.
Yes, and that's where things get interesting with general AI. Imagine instead that you give the AI access to a massive database of medical images. Patient records, genetic information, and research papers, all without any pre-labeling.
So it's like throwing the AI into a sea of medical information and saying, go figure it out.
Exactly. The AI using unsupervised learning would then sift through this data, identifying patterns and correlations that might be too subtle for humans to detect. It might discover new biomarkers for cancer, identify previously unknown risk factors, or even develop entirely new diagnostic techniques.
That's incredible. It's like the AI is becoming a medical researcher pushing the boundaries of human knowledge.
Precisely. And that's just one example of how the different learning approaches of analytical AI and general AI could lead to vastly different outcomes.
I'm starting to see how these two types of AI, while both incredibly powerful, offer very different possibilities. Analytical AI is like a precision instrument finely tuned for specific tasks. But general AI, if we can achieve it, has the potential to be a true game changer. revolutionizing not just specific industries, but our entire understanding of intelligence and problem solving.
It's an exciting and perhaps even a little daunting prospect. But as we continue our deep dive, let's keep in mind that AI in all its forms is a tool. And as with any tool, its impact ultimately depends on how we choose to use it.
That's a good point. Let's talk a bit more about that, how these different types of AI are being used and what we can expect from them in the future. Let's start with analytical AI. We've touched on healthcare, but I'm curious about other areas where it's making a significant impact.
Well, one area that's being rapidly transformed by analytical AI is the world of finance.
I've heard about algorithms being used for things like high-frequency trading, but how is analytical AI being used beyond that?
Analytical AI is being used to assess credit risk, detect fraud,
Mm.
personalize financial advice, and even automate investment decisions. Imagine applying for a loan, and the entire process is handled by an AI that analyzes your financial history, credit score, and even your spending habits to determine your eligibility and interest rate.
So it's like having a super efficient loan officer who never takes a break and doesn't make human errors.
That's the idea. And it can go even further. Imagine an AI financial advisor that helps you plan for retirement, manage your investments, and even predict future market trends based on complex economic data analysis.
It's like having a personal finance guru in your pocket. But what about the human element in all of this? Does analytical AI make financial experts obsolete?
Not necessarily. Think of it more as a powerful tool that empowers financial professionals to make more informed decisions and provide more personalized services to their clients.
So it's not replacing humans, but rather augmenting their abilities.
Exactly. That's a key theme we see across various industries. Analytical AI is often about enhancing human capabilities, not replacing them entirely.
That makes me feel a little better. But I'm still curious about the potential impact of general AI on jobs. If it can theoretically do anything a human can do, does that mean we're all heading for a future of mass unemployment?
That's a valid concern, and it's a question that's been debated extensively. While it's impossible to predict the future with certainty, many experts believe that general AI, if achieved, will likely transform the nature of work rather than eliminate it entirely.
So instead of replacing jobs outright, it might create new ones that we can't even imagine yet.
Exactly. Think back to the early days of the internet. No one could have predicted the explosion of jobs in fields like web development, social media marketing, or e-commerce.
That's a good point. It's hard to predict what new industries and professions might emerge from the development of general AI.
Precisely. And it's important to remember that AI, even in its most advanced forms, is still a tool. It's up to us as a society to decide how we use that tool and to ensure that its benefits are shared widely.
So it's not just about the technological advancements, but also about the ethical and societal considerations that come with them.
Absolutely. Developing and deploying AI responsibly requires careful thought about its potential impact on employment, privacy, security, and even our understanding of what it means to be human.
This conversation is getting really deep. I'm starting to appreciate the complexities of this whole AI landscape in a way I never did before. It's not just about robots and algorithms, it's about shaping the future we want to live in.
That's a great way to put it. And that brings us to another key difference between analytical AI and general AI, their current state of development and deployment.
Okay, let's talk about that. We established that general AI is still largely theoretical, but what about analytical AI? How mature is that technology, and where do you see it heading in the near future?
Well, analytical AI, it's pretty mature. It's already being used in a wide range of industries.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only going to become more powerful and more widespread in the years to come.
So we're talking about like a rapid evolution.
Yeah, that's right.
What's driving this rapid evolution?
Well, a few things. First, we have the advancements in machine learning algorithms.
Algorithms, okay.
Yeah, these algorithms are becoming more sophisticated all the time. They're able to learn from larger and more complex data sets.
So the algorithms are kind of the brains of the AI.
Right.
And they're getting smarter.
Exactly.
Okay.
And second, we have the availability of massive data sets.
Data.
Right. AI needs data to learn. And thanks to the internet and the proliferation of digital devices, we now have access to more data than ever before.
So it's like a feast for the AI.
It is.
A data feast.
Yeah, exactly.
And what's the third thing driving this rapid evolution?
And the third thing is the increasing affordability of computing power. AI algorithms require a lot of computing power to run, but as computing power becomes cheaper and more accessible, it's becoming easier and more affordable to develop and deploy AI systems.
So the cost of entry is getting lower.
Yeah.
And that's opening up a lot of new possibilities.
Exactly.
Okay. So we have smarter algorithms, more data, and cheaper computing power. That's a powerful combination.
It is.
It sounds like a recipe for an AI revolution.
Well, it's certainly fueling the AI revolution that's already underway.
Okay, so analytical AI is becoming more powerful, more widespread, but where is it all heading? What can we expect to see in the near future?
Well, I think we can expect to see a few key trends. First, we'll see AI becoming more integrated into our everyday lives.
Okay.
It's already happening, of course.
With our phones and our smart homes.
Right, exactly. But it's going to accelerate. We'll see AI in our cars, our homes, our workplaces, our cities.
AI everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And second, we'll see AI becoming more personalized.
Personalized.
Yeah. AI systems will be able to learn our individual preferences and tailor their recommendations and services accordingly.
So it's like having a personal assistant that knows you better than you know yourself.
In a way, yes.
Yeah.
And third, we'll see AI becoming more explainable.
Explainable. What does that mean?
It means that AI systems will be able to explain their reasoning and decision-making processes in a way that humans can understand.
So instead of just giving us an answer, the AI will be able to tell us how it got to that answer.
Exactly.
And why should we care about explainable AI?
Well, for a few reasons. First, it's important for trust. If we're going to trust AI systems to make decisions that affect our lives, we need to be able to understand how they're making those decisions.
So it's about transparency.
Yeah.
Okay.
And second, it's important for accountability. If an AI system makes a mistake, we need to be able to figure out why and who's responsible.
So it's not just about understanding the AI, it's also about understanding the humans who are building and deploying these systems.
Right.
And third, it's important for fairness.
We need to make sure that AI systems aren't biased against certain groups of people. And if we can understand how they're making decisions, we can better identify and mitigate potential biases.
So explainable AI is about making sure that these systems are not only intelligent, but also ethical.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about how analytical AI is evolving, but what about general AI? Is it still a distant dream?
It's certainly still a long way off,
Yeah.
but researchers are making progress. And I think it's only a matter of time before we see major breakthroughs.
And when we do achieve general AI, what will that mean for humanity?
Well, that's a big question. And it's one that we need to start thinking about now,
Yeah.
because general AI has the potential to change everything.
Everything.
Yeah, it can change the way we work, the way we live, the way we think about ourselves.
It's like a whole new era for humanity.
It could be.
So we need to be prepared.
We do.
We need to be thinking about the ethical and societal implications of general AI.
Absolutely.
And we need to make sure that we're using AI for good.
Right.
This has been an amazing deep dive. I've learned so much about analytical AI, general AI, and the future of intelligence.
It's been a pleasure talking to you.
I'm so glad we had this conversation. It's given me a lot to think about.
Me too.
And to our listeners out there, keep exploring the world of AI. It's a fascinating and rapidly evolving field, and it's one that has the potential to shape our future in profound ways. Until next time, stay curious.